Yeah, you think you're so funny. You think you're so funny. Alright, so if you're watching this, you're probably doing some dog and baby preparations because that's the key to being successful when you're having a baby, is you have to plan ahead, right, Ozzy? So if you have dogs in your home, you need to start thinking about what you want that to look like when you have the dogs and the babies in the same area. Most important is that you train your dog to do the things that are going to help you the most when you can't do the things you need to do, because little cream puff takes over everything, especially once they get mobile. So for our dogs, we can't always have them right here in our space. Ozzy is wonderful with my son Charlie, but that means I never just take chances and never just trust them. And there's certain things from a health point of view we don't want them doing all the time either, like constantly licking his face. Ozzy's about 63, 65 pounds today maybe, fat boy, depending on his walk cycle. So it kind of depends on where I'll let him be around Charlie and how much control I'll let him have. The more mobile the baby becomes, the harder it gets. So a lot of people don't do anything, and they're always surprised, and they say, oh, the dog does so great. And then a few months down the road, they say, oh my gosh, this is harder than it looks. So a couple of things to think about is when your baby gets mobile, and they start zooming around everywhere, what do you want your dog to do? We put a lot of blankets down, and we don't really want our dogs on them like this. Ozzy's here because he knows I'm schmoozing with him, and we're going to do some fun stuff. But I might want to control this interaction. Let's say I didn't want to be responsible for Ozzy right now, even though he's being great. I might give him something to do right. So something you can start thinking about is helping your dog understand. I'm going to use some food rewards for him just to show you how easy it would be to reward while working with my baby. So I've got a little treat bag here and some yummies. Oh, Ozzy, are you ready? Go to your bed. All the way to your bed. Good boy. Good bed. Yes is our reward marker. So go to your bed, or target training is so huge because I don't have to touch my dog to do this behavior. I just have to give him something to do. So we can practice, and Ozzy's really good at avoiding the baby. Okay, Ozzy, come here. Good. But I can also lure him around. So if we're over here, I want him to go around the baby, go to your bed, all the way to your bed. Good boy, yes. Good bed. Botcha's in her bed over there too. So I have two dogs to manage and a baby. And then what happens inevitably is the baby goes for the doggy. Oh no. Well, Charlie's not accountable for himself at this age. So if Charlie's getting too pushy, I can tell Ozzy what to do and have Ozzy be more accountable. Okay, Ozzy, let's go. Good boy. Thank you. Ozzy down. So see how much easier it is to work with a well-trained dog than it is a poorly behaved baby? So when Charlie's getting too pushy about his space over there, I can call Ozzy to me rather than worrying about what Charlie's going to do as he crawls into the dog bed over here. Also, when it comes to petting and handling and touching, we have to think about what do we want that to look like. Okay, Ozzy, come here. Good. So usually we're seated on the couch, and we start working on the way that Charlie touches Ozzy, but we also have taught Ozzy to put his head down. Ozzy has two big up ears, so Charlie thinks those would probably be great to pull. So something we do at our house is head down, wah, 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 wah. And head down just means he's going to get pet and touched, which is his big reward. Ozzy, come here. Good boy. Head down. Head down. Yeah, he says, we don't do that standing usually. Ozzy, come here. Lay down. No, lay down. Good, down. Thank you. Head down. Good. No, head down. Head down. Good boy. Good. So then when Charlie pets, he can pet his back and on top of his head. Now, licking's one of those things you have to decide if that's appropriate in your house and how much you're willing to wash the baby's hands and clothes and things like that. Ozzy defaults he wants to lick, so we do enough or easy as he approaches. It's just kind of his settle command. You can do this with play with your dogs, cause them to get really excited. Can you want a kiss? Kiss, kiss, kiss. Okay, kiss, kiss, kiss. Yeah, good boy. That's enough. So we also try to put it on cue. So we tell him he can lick his hand or he can lick him somewhere. So he's not just licking his face. Okay to kiss. Good boy. Thank you. The more attentive you are when your dogs and baby are there, the number one rule is they always have to be supervised. It doesn't matter how much we trust our dog. It doesn't matter how much we love our dog. These guys make mistakes. They grab fur, they grab hair, which is also something good to practice with your dog. Yeah. And making sure that they're going to live in harmony. Oh, do you see yourself? One of the other really hard ones for our dogs is kitty toys. So prior to Charlie arriving, anything plush became leave it. No, good boy, good leave it. And we do a lot of dropping toys on the floor, dropping things on the ground that Ozzy's not allowed to handle. So anything plushy, fuzzy, stuffed bear type things, those are perma leave-its in our house. All of Ozzy's toys now look like hard, molded rubber toys. That way it's easier for him to distinguish. Cornering dogs is also not a good idea. So let's say I look over and Charlie's in Ozzy's space like this. Ozzy, go to your bed. Okay, go to your bed. Good bed. Distance increase in behavior is key. Very good boy. Now I don't walk around with treats with him all day, so I make sure that every single time I ask him to go to his bed, I let him know he's made a great choice, and I want him to be praised for it and rewarded for it more than he's told what not to do. So the key is figuring out what do we want it to look like when our baby arrives, and what is the space we're going to be occupying the most, and where do we want our dogs. If I didn't want to work through it, if I didn't want to manage the situation all the time, good boy, wait on your bed. Good bed, Ozzy. I could simply employ a piece of equipment to keep everybody safe. So that's an exercise pen. The whole point of the X-Pen is a collapsible fence I can use to make sure my dogs are safely over there and my baby safely over here. We don't want to take any chances with kids, so preparation is so important. Doesn't matter how much you like your dog, how well behaved they are. Jumping can't happen. If you have an adult dog, they should be able to greet without jumping on people, because one baby means more babies. When friends start coming over, guests start coming over, if your dogs bark and go ballistic when people come to your house, it's going to get worse. You're going to have an awful lot of visitors when baby arrives. Are you behind the gate? Oh boy, go to your bed. No, go to your bed. Good boy. And there's certainly a lot of things they can be a part of. It doesn't mean you have to separate them, but what you're trying to do is figure out who's the most responsible at any given time. And in the beginning, it's got to be the dog, and then later on, when Charlie can be a little bit more accountable for his space, it'll become the baby. Yes, are you a good boy, Ozzy? And old Bacha. So perfect example. Bacha's in a corner. It would not be appropriate for Charlie to crawl over to her. I need to make sure I always manage those situations. Ozzy, lay down. All the way down. Good. On your side. Bang. Good boy. I know. Okay, let's go. On your bed. Good boy. Charlie's instinct is attack the puppy. Get to the puppy. And this is what you have to start thinking about before it's too late and you're trying to manage it. So small positive steps. Teach your dog what you want him to do, not what you don't want him to do. Good boy. All right? Keep it fun, keep it simple, and keep everybody safe. Are you ready? That's too much. I'm going to take this baby away.